I just want to talk to a person. And you can never talk to anybody. So that's how I came to calling the news station.
Right now on Full Circle, getting Floridians the help they need, the I-Team digs deeper into a tool to combat unemployment fraud that's actually creating new barriers to benefits.
95% is not actually a good number, right? That would mean that 5% would be failing.
An in-depth look at how the state is using facial recognition technology and the claims of bias. Plus, thousands of Florida children in the foster care system now eligible to get the COVID-19 vaccine, but the state has no record of who has gotten the shot.
That is another data question that I just don't have the data.
The impact this has on all of us.
You're not in trouble at all. We're here to do what we can to help you to get you to a safe place.
A new focus on mental health from the police department to the restaurant.
If you don't present a toxic environment, then it cannot be toxic for the employee.
The changes that are happening across different industries and the work that's being done to overcome stigmas around getting help. Welcome to this special edition of Full Circle, everyone. I'm Paul Agrone, and here at ABC Action News, we realize there are more than two sides to every story. So over the next hour, we're going to be taking you full circle on some of the biggest stories of 2021. And that, of course, includes COVID-19 and the major issues that the pandemic has created. One of those issues is Florida's unemployment system. Many Floridians started having problems with the Department of Economic Opportunity nearly 2 years ago when the pandemic first hit. But those issues spilled into 2021. And even though the number of Americans applying for unemployment continues to drop, there are still Floridians who never received the money that was owed to them. And one of the reasons is this new facial recognition feature that the state, along with many others, adopted during the pandemic. It's meant to stop unemployment fraud. But as our I-Team uncovered, it could actually be doing more harm than good. And that's why this nationwide petition was created this year, calling on states to stop requiring this use of technology for people to claim their benefits. The petition from Fight for the Future gained 6,000 signatures within 3 weeks of its launch this summer. Hundreds of those signatures were from Floridians. The petition alleges that the system is an invasion of privacy, unnecessary, doesn't work, and is wrong.
The fact that this technology was rolled out so quickly during a pandemic is especially cruel because so many people have lost their jobs and are really relying on these benefits to pay for their homes, their childcare, their food.
Fight for the Future had planned to deliver its petition to lawmakers, but still no action has been taken in Washington or here on the state level. Meanwhile, the CEO of ID.me says its facial recognition technology has a 95% success rate. But that does mean that thousands are still having trouble getting through. So our I-Team went in depth on this barrier to benefits and how they go beyond just technological issues. The company is actually accused of being biased. Investigator Kyla McGivern taking us inside a local lab for a first-hand look at the equipment. And she asked the company whether its system puts some out-of-work Floridians at a disadvantage.
It's not in the best order.
These papers proving, Janae Armstrong says,
This is what I wanted to show you.
that she is eligible for unemployment benefits.
This is the important thing right here, that it was reversed.
Armstrong won her appeal, but is still battling for benefits.
And I haven't received one dime.
This time to prove her identity through ID.me.
What are they making you send in?
My license, my social security number, and I did it over and over and over.
The next step, taking a selfie to see if it matches your ID.
That's a thing that comes over and over like 5 times, and it changes colors.
Like a scan or
A scan, exactly. It's a scanner. And I'm worried. I'm like, what is this? And that didn't work.
After 3 failed attempts, the final option is a video call with someone from ID.me.
And I never get there.
The wait, we're told, can be anywhere from about 2 to 6 hours.
I just want to talk to a person, and you can never talk to anybody. So that's how I came to calling the news station.
Armstrong isn't alone.
I can't get through that.
My account just keeps getting locked.
Some stuck, others verified, but their account still locked by DEO. Made to wait weeks, even months, for the state to release unemployment checks. DEO tells the I-Team they're still working to resolve the issue and unlock claims that have been relocked. and that people should allow at least 24 to 48 hours for this process.
There are many, many flaws, and this is one of the many.
Vanessa Brito, an advocate who's helped thousands of Floridians navigate the state's unemployment system, says she's heard from more Black individuals and older women when it comes to those unable to match their face to their ID.
Do I think that people that were locked out were disproportionately one race or one ethnicity? No. Do I think that the people that had to wait longer because the ID.me process didn't work disproportionately affected people who were Black or people who were female? Absolutely.
We brought the concerns to ID.me CEO Blake Hall.
And what our data shows is that it is enormously effective at preventing identity theft and at preventing criminals from attacking the state, because criminals do not want to put their face in front of a camera when they are committing a felony.
Florida is one of 26 states that have hired ID.me in a matter of months to fight unemployment fraud. The company says 10% of applicants have to wait for video chat verification after failing the facial recognition.
Are you tracking the demographics of those people that are not able to just quickly make it through, that get held up?
So what we do is we don't track demographics of folks going through, but what we do want to make sure is that the technology isn't discriminating against anyone.
Hall says they randomly selected 1,000 failed matches to review.
And what the data shows is that there actually is no correlation between the color of your skin and your propensity to pass or fail that photo match step. It has much more to do with the lighting of the environment and whether you took a blurry photo or a picture of only half your face. Those are the types of things.
We asked DEO multiple times how it vetted the ID.me facial recognition program. DEO did not answer, only stating that it does not have data related to issues with ID.me. The state would not agree to an interview. Instead, it sent a statement from Secretary Dane Eagle calling ID.me a trusted partner whose services have been crucial in protecting the identities of Floridians.
The data on face match shows that 95% plus pass it.
The algorithm ID.me uses to compare a person's face to their government ID is one of the top among hundreds a federal lab has tested for accuracy.
We run it on large databases of images. Some systems are better than others.
Patrick Rother, a computer scientist at the National Institute of Standards and Technology, published a study in December 2019, finding that many facial recognition algorithms did not perform as well when identifying differences between pairs of Black, Asian, or female faces. The error rate was better for programs that just compare a person's face to their own government ID, like ID.me. Still, when we brought up the 95% success rate the company touted...
95% is not actually a good number, right? That would mean that 5% would be failing. Okay, so one question would be why? And then asking which demographics are in that community. It would be beneficial to everyone, I think, to try and improve that number.
These are muscles in the face.
It's problems like this scientists like Sean Canavan at the University of South Florida are working to solve.
It is arguably the number one problem in face recognition right now, is how to combat bias.
Canavan says a lot of the systems are trained predominantly on white people.
This person being a different ethnicity, it is failing.
We tested it, giving Canavan permission to use pictures and videos of me online to train the system.
Let's see if it recognizes you. Yeah.
Kylie.
Yeah, so it recognizes you. There are many cases where it doesn't, though.
But computers are developed by humans who have their own biases.
Mutali Nkande is the founder of AI for the People, a nonprofit working to advance racial justice and artificial intelligence.
Is the goal of weeding out any unemployment fraud worth using facial recognition technology?
So I would argue, actually, it's not, principally because facial recognition technology does not work in the way that it's intended right now. I think that's too much of a high stakes decision. The implications of somebody not getting their unemployment benefits, that could lead to inability to buy food. It could lead to loss of housing. It could lead to inability to access transportation.
A reality Armstrong knows firsthand.
I just want what's owed to me.
I'm I-Team investigator Kylie McGivern, taking action for you.
Well, since the start of the pandemic, ABC Action News has been taking action for Floridians who have been trying to get the unemployment help they need. We have sent the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity the names and information of tens of thousands of people who have reached out to us and told us that they're still waiting on their unemployment money. That's why we've created forms for people to fill out that we can then pass along to the DEO. You can find those forms by going to the Rebound section of our website, and there you will also find other resources to help you rebound from the pandemic. We've even broken down those resources into different categories, and you can find everything that you need by going to abcactionnews.com/rebound. Still ahead on this special edition of Full Circle, a local police department putting a new focus on mental health. Our I-Team going into the heart of a new pilot program that's giving new meaning to protect and serve. And later, they're the couple who quickly came to personify the early days of the coronavirus crisis. And now that the ships are back at sea, we go full circle by taking a look back at the world's last cruise.